Peace, fam. This is Professor Griff, Public Enemy. Of course, you know, the Minister of Information. Right now, my entire sound library on CD-ROM are available to you in an auction. Right now, you'll get the Public Enemy sounds that made some of them songs that you love, the hard-hitting beats. We got kicks, we got snares, we got hi-hats, we got beats, we got loops, we got breaks, we got keyboard sounds, guitar sounds, bass sounds. We got scratching, we got sound effects, we got nature sounds, environmental sounds. We got all kind of sounds from different genres, from jazz to neo-soul to R&B, classic, smooth. These are the beats, breaks, and the sounds that made some of them Public Enemy songs. Get it now. Check this out. Don't make beats, make history. Peace. It's Professor Griff. Hit me up, 678-557-2919. Peace. Peace, peace, peace. Greetings, everyone. This is Professor Griff, and of course, you'll already know this is the Masters right here on Black Power Media Reloaded. Shout out to my man, Kalanji. Yo, Kalanji, where Trent at, man? I ain't seen him. I seen a beautiful picture of him and his queen. Yeah, somebody put me in touch with Trent, man, because I heard something about New Orleans this morning, so I wanted to reach out to him. But anyway, in the meantime, between time, we got a very interesting show happening right now as we speak. And if you don't know, I guess Biggie said, now you know. All right. It's a beautiful thing. So listen, right now I need everyone to contact at least 3 other people. Let them know that we're on. Regardless whether you got the day off, you at work, you hiding the phone under the desk, however you doing it. You still in the bed under the cover. However you're doing it, at least you're here watching the show. All right, so we can get to break some intellectual bread here. If that's a thing, I'm sure that's a thing. Anyway, once again, I want to thank everyone for all the support up to this point. I would say last year, but we're still in the year, simply because the first of the year does not actually start till about the end of March, April. So this whole idea of the happy new year, absolutely not, fam. I know some of y'all saying, Griff, got a happy new year show? Yeah, it's going to be really happy today. All right, so we're going to talk about it. So no, not necessarily a happy kind of new year. No. It can be happy if you want it to be happy. It depends on how you want to kind of view it. But what I would suggest all of us, we do, is to kind of do a little bit of research, and we dive into the origin of this whole idea of it being a new year. Because we do need to talk about the time frequency. We need to talk about the idea of the 13 moon cycle, the 28 days in every month. We need to talk about this idea that I believe it's the 1320 versus the 1260 frequency. We're not going to get super duper deep, but we do want you to kind of help dive in this particular subject with us, if you don't mind. All right, so there's I got a clip lined up that we're going to dive into, and plus I got some information to kind of go over with everyone. In the meantime, in between time, everyone, please look at the bottom of your screen. You see that thing scrolling where it says for research material? Text Professor Griff 678-557-2919 to donate, all right, to Arm the Masses and or Serious Minds Institute. You can do that by hitting my Cash App, $ Professor Griff. Or just hit me on PayPal. I got you. Any way I could cash the check, I'm sure I could probably cash it. Just kind of let me know. If not, I'm going to return it back to you. And you can send me an IOU, and I'll be at your house a little bit later on tonight to collect it. No, I'm only playing. But anyway, it's Professor Griff, and of course, we're going to kind of keep the momentum going, inspiring other people to start presenting factual truth with research material that where we can at least arm the masses of the people, where the people can go back and do the research themselves. So in the meantime, between time, we're going to do a check-in to find out where everybody's checking in from. All right. I'm checking in from the ATL by way of Long Island, New York. All right. I used to live in in the bottom, Liberty City, Miami, North Miami Beach, a couple of other places. All right. Where you checking in from? Alex Little, peace. What's good with you, Alex? You checking in? Tree, you checking in from New Orleans? What happened in New Orleans, man? Somebody took a straight up vehicle and rammed some people and was shooting some people and that kind of thing. If it's a new year and you're supposed to be saying Happy New Year, how the hell are we starting the new year off like that? That ain't even, no. A massacre went down. We're going to dive into that a little bit later on. Jackson, Mississippi on the check-in. All right, Los Angeles, California, Royal Complex. What's up? What's good with you? All right. Southwest ATL. Arshawn, what's good? All right. Springfield, Mass. Troy Parker, what's happening? All right. Beaver, PA. Yeah, I think I've been to Beaver. I've been to some places y'all don't think I've been to. Long Beach, California, the LBC. All right. Cleveland, Ohio. All right. Been to Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to my man Ron and his family. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to offer a challenge at the end of this talk today to offer a challenge for the next 364 days. All right. And let's see if we can take ourselves up on the challenge. Nisa Shabazz on the red, black, and green. The Black Power Fist. All right. Nisa Shabazz, a.k.a. Nisa Shabazz. Union City, Georgia. Walaikum salam. C-Dub, what's good, man? Indianapolis, Indiana. Hold up. Can't forget my people from London, from the UK. It's 5 p.m. over there. All right. So y'all got the madness early. All right, Lisa Walker checking in. Tuskegee in the house. Influence the 1414. All right. All right. Without any further ado, we're going to dive into this particular subject. And with Trinity. Trent, that's you? Oh, no, that's Trent. I thought that was my man Trent from the Philippines. But nah, all right, cool. Respect. Professor Griff from VA. South Carolina checking in. Philly checking in. Maryland checking in. St. Louis checking in. Arlington, Texas. Rotterdam, Netherlands checking in. All right. Rotterdam. I've been to Rotterdam. I didn't know I was supposed to roll my tongue like that when I was in Rotterdam, but I did. Anyway, in the meantime, between time, let's dive into this. So, fam, the idea, and I need y'all to look this up as we go. Oh, don't look it up. If you're not looking it up, if you're just on your phone, you're out and about doing whatever, hit your brother, Professor Griff, up, and I'll get you the research information that you'll need for this particular subject, all right? Get your mind aligned TV, Houston, Texas. All right. Anyway, the idea now of this humanity says humanity has a golden opportunity to leave the strife of the past and enter into a time of peace by adopting a harmonious natural calendar that will repair the damages caused by the irregular tempo and technosphere time. 10 days that vanished. What happened to the 10 days that vanished? Shout out to Quan. What's good with you, Quan? Quan on deck. This whole idea of the Gregorian calendar unmasked. All right. When did we adopt the Gregorian calendar? I'm going to need y'all to put on your thinking caps today. All right. When did they adapt the Gregorian calendar and force it on us because we had no say-so in the matter? All right. And then why aren't we using the Julius calendar? All right. So this whole idea of leaving this 10 days, understanding the 10 days that vanished, and this whole idea of switching to the Gregorian calendar. What is the Gregorian calendar? The Gregorian calendar is the calendar that we go by today. All right. I'm going to play a clip. We're going to dive into that and piece it apart. But anyway, I just want to lay a base. The consequence of establishing a civilization on artificial timing standards, this artificial time being the 1260 time frequency that we're on. Thank you, Trinity. In 1582. All right. So this artificial time frequency that we're on is the 1260. All right. Which changed us from the 1320, meaning based on the 13 moon cycle calendar, which is comprised of elegantly simple cycles. They're very simple cycles, namely the 7-day week, the 28-day moon. Unlike the Gregorian calendar, the days of the moon month and the days of the week line up perfectly, week to week and the moon to moon. This makes the 13 moon 28-day calendar the perpetual calendar. All right, we're going to go into detail about that. This 1260 time signature is an artificial, not artificial. It's artificial time signature. This is why we as original people, all right, the copper people, black people, highly melanated people, which are in sync with the natural rotation of the planet, all right, our melanin aligns with everything else. The sun, the moon, the star, how your blood flows through your veins, the melanin that lines all of the organs are in sync with that. All right. So let's understand the deeper science. So understanding the deeper science, this artificial time signature have thrown us completely off. And then the idea, even when you talk about the sleep cycle, circadian rhythm, you're talking about how you eat, what time you eat, what you're eating, how you're breathing, all right, how you're thinking, what are we resonating with, how we're meditating, how we're praying, all right. This whole idea of the 1260 artificial time sequence and frequency is throwing us off. We need to get back to the 1320. I know you're saying that that's difficult. It's not really difficult because there's other civilizations that still adhere to the 13 moon cycle. All right. The 13 moon cycle is comprised of elegantly simple cycles. Let's understand that. Hold on for a second. I'm going to share my screen with you in 1 second, fam. All right. Share the screen. I don't know. Let me see if we can put that. Can we go there? Nope, I can't do that. Can I do that? Nope, I got it. Let's go there. Yeah, all right, cool. All right, what is the 13 moon calendar? The 13 moon 28-day calendar is a new standard of time for all people everywhere who desire a genuinely new world. It's not new. That's false. This is actually the original and the old. The 1260 frequency is the new one. We'll talk about that in a second. If the calendar and the new time we follow is irregular, artificial and mechanized, so becomes our minds. So as the time, let me see if I can blow this up so y'all can see that. Hold on, fam. Trying to get everybody on IG on the same page. All right. If the calendar and time we follow is irregular, artificial and mechanized, so becomes our minds. As our minds, so our world becomes. It's our world today, irregular, artificial, and mechanized. But if the calendar we follow is harmonic and in tune with the natural cycles, so also will our minds become, as so we may return to a way of life more spiritual and in harmony with nature. It's becoming in harmony with nature. This whole idea of the hours of the day, the time, the 12 hours, the 24-hour clock in 12 cycles, 12 cycles, from 12 to 12, and then from 12 to 12. Most civilizations, original civilizations, never operated on this 12 60 time frequency. The 13 moon calendar synchronizes solar and galactic cycles on July 26th, correlating with the star series. All right. This is one of the reasons why I named my platform Serious Minds. All right. So let's understand in a very, how should I say it? In a very natural kind of way. All right. How we should be approaching this and understanding this. The idea of each 13 moon has power, action, and qualities, which define an annual program synchronizing our consciousness with the galactic cycle. Some of us are not even concerned about being conscious. But I noticed a lot of people that claim to be conscious were sending me Happy New Year's, things bursting in my cell phone and all rockets going off. And that's a hell of a way to bring in a New Year shooting. I heard so many goddamn guns. I was sitting in the bed last night to see if I could recognize which gun was being shot. It was like, go, go, go. I said, that's a shotgun. School. That's a Desert Eagle. That's a pew pew. That may be like a 38 or 9 milli. That's an AK. You understand what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Hell of a way to bring in a new year. And as Queen B says, 10 people dead in New Orleans. That's not a good way to bring in the new year. But it says it in the song that you sing. What is it? The Pledge of Allegiance or something? Bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our stars are still. All that kind of madness. Bombs bursting in air and all this kind of stuff. Only rabble rousers. All right? Those people that are violent and will continue, warmongers, bring in a quote unquote new year in that way. The righteous people, we don't do that. Why would you want to do that? You would really want to bring it in, lighting the incense, sitting down, meditating, all right, bringing it in peacefully. All right. Why would you want to bring in a new year that damn violent? No, I'm just asking a question. I'm not trying to sound like your dad or your granddad or hell, your stepdad. That's no way. You just finished beating back the fat white dude with the cherry red suit on sliding down your chimney. You don't gave him all your money. Now you're going to turn around and shoot the rest of the damn firecrackers that you didn't shoot off the 4th of July. Come on, fam. That's no way to bring a new year in. All right? So anyway, shout out to all of the people that gave me the well wishes. And a lot of people did not accept my reply. This whole idea of celebrating it in the late March, beginning of April, which is a better way to celebrate it. Why wouldn't you want to celebrate it when the earth comes back to life? That's why they call it spring, because the earth springs back into life. Right? How are you going to celebrate a new year in the dead of winter? Marinate on that for a minute. You celebrating a new year in the dead of winter. Anyway, as a perfect measure of the cosmic time, this calendar is actually a synchrometer. All right? It's in sync and in line with the natural rotation of the planet, which we should be in sync with the natural rotation of everything in existence. Plants don't spring back to life in the winter. You can't go outside right now. The grass ain't even damn growing. All right. Anyway, the 13 moon 28-day synchrometer is a harmonic time-space matrix. All right. It takes the moon 28 days to orbit the earth. It makes the orbit 13 times each year. 13 months. The original calendar had 13 months, family. 13 months. All right. All right. Further down, reading further down now. We down here. 13 moon calendar is the evolutionary tool to assist humanity in the unprecedented act of uniting itself on one's issues central to its complete well-being of time. Well-being of time. Okay? The harmonic convergence of humanity on this one issue, combined with the inescapable order, perfection, and simplicity of the following 13 moon calendar, will lift the species as simultaneous whole into a galactic timing frequency of the 1320 time frequency. The 1320 time frequency, fam. All right. That's the 1320 time frequency. All right. So we should be striving to get back to that. All right. So I was doing some studying about this, and I ran across some information and I said, well, should I put that out there like that? I don't know. What I'm going to do is show it to you real quick, and then I'm going to leave it up to you to do the research. But if you can't and you don't do the research, contact your brother and I'll send you the research material. My number is 678-557-2919. If you're not familiar with this graph that I'm going to show you, or this image, forget. Let's look at this a little bit closer, fam. Let me see. Let me see if I can bring it into. This is actually a turtle, and I'm sure you're familiar. I'm sure some of y'all are familiar with this. It says, why is the lunar calendar on the turtle shell? The actual lunar calendar is on the turtle shell. If you take a look at it right here. All right, right here on the turtle shell. So over here, it breaks it down, and it breaks into 13-month lunar cycle. All right. All right. Okay. So is the turtle shell is a visual match for the days and moons in a lunar year. If you look at the turtle shell, you will see the outer ring of the small scales. This represents the 28 days in a lunar month. You will also see larger scales inside of the center of the shell. This large scales represent the 13 moons that occur each lunar, which you see right in here. All right. On the turtle shell, it actually spells out the natural 1320 frequency that we should be on. All right. Anyone wants my research, just contact me. I'll get it over to you. 678-557-2919. All right. It's a deeper science than what I'm saying right now because we don't have a lot of time. I'm trying to break this show up into two different parts. Going to lay a base, and then we're going to show a clip, break it down, and then we're going to dive. Thank you, Quan. And then we're going to dive into to hear what you have to say. All right. My phone number is on the screen, 678-557-2919. All right. Let me stop sharing. I got one other thing. Matter of fact, I'm not going to show that other thing. I'll save it for whoever wants to research. All right. All right. The implementation of the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar was implemented in 1582, as Trinity told us already, by dropping 10 days from the calendar and moving the vernal equinox from March 11th back to March 21st. The hell and the audacity and the caucasity of these individuals, they're just going to move time. Who are you to just move time and take days out and just say, okay, we'll do something else with them other 10 days? This was done by design to throw you off, to make you adhere to the frequency of this 1260. All right? To get you locked into a 24-hour, broken up into 12 days, 12 night, 60 minutes per second, 60 seconds per minute, 60 minutes per hour. All right, this is to lock you into that particular frequency. All right. The Gregorian calendar was implemented in 1582 by dropping the 10 days from the calendar, moving the vertical equinox from March 11th back to March 21st. All right. The church chose October to avoid skipping any major Christian festivals. And a lot of the Christian festivals were supposed to have been a adaptation or a borrowing from the pagans. And they intertwine and morphed into one another. A lot of the Christian holidays, they weren't even celebrated for years and years and years in America, like Christmas and some of these, and Thanksgiving and some of these other quote unquote unholy days. All right, the calendar went directly from Thursday, October 4th to Friday, October 15th. And they just said the hell with those 10 days. Catholic, European adopted the calendar, but Protestant, the ones who protested, that's all that word means, and Orthodox countries did not. They stuck to the original plan. All right? Like our Ethiopian brothers and sisters. A lot of people claim that the Ethiopian brothers and sisters are 7 years behind. No, they're on point. Non-Catholic countries eventually adopted the calendar, including Great Britain in 1752. The Gregorian calendar is a solar calendar based on the movements of the earth around the sun. Please keep that in mind. That's very important because there are lunar calendars, solar calendars, and I think it's one called the solar lunar because they combine both of them. All right. Let's look at this short clip. We'll stop it if we need to stop it to break down some things to go in it so we can kind of unravel this whole idea of Happy New Year. All right. Okay, listen, I'm not trying to spoil anybody's fun. I'm not trying to spoil. I mean, first of all, let's get it right. Probably 40% of the people that's supposed to be on here are not on here because they got a hangover. You'll already know that. Go wake your uncle and auntie up and let them know that Professor Griff is on. All right. Most of y'all hung out last night and spent a little bit of last bit of cash that you did have. All right. Until payday come around again. So when you talk about a Happy New Year and you're ushering in a new year and you have these New Year's resolutions, which they should be New Year's revolution. You have a New Year's resolution to resolve. What are you trying to resolve? What are the issues that you're trying to resolve? And do you resolve them by getting drunk and high and partying like it's 1999? All right. As the last poets put it, you party and bullshit, party and bullshit, you party and bullshit. All right. And what's with the other countries that they don't even look at and bring in the new year this way? And isn't it in some countries supposed to be a religious holiday? Where's the religion in this? I'm not trying to be a killjoy. I know some of y'all say, I hear this one with this old black shit again. Yeah, I'm not trying to be the killjoy, fam. I'm just saying to y'all, we have to change the idea of the algorithmic mindfuck, as I taught about in my class recently. All right. If you're gonna break this rhythm up, see what happens is every holiday, it binds you back to the people that set up the holiday. Because they make it feel like it's a holiday, holy day, when it's really a holiday, and holy and holly is two different damn things. All right. Okay. Anyway, thank you, Erica. Really appreciate you. Erica be coming through like a fat rat in the cheese factory. All right, let's check this out. I'm going to play this clip. We'll dissect it, dive into it, and we'll talk.
But if that were the case, why is our calendar so wonky? Why do some months have 31 days instead of 30? Why do we add an extra day every 4 years? Especially when many ancient calendars were so precise, often never having to adjust. They could just cycle on and on for thousands of years. It's like we literally chose to use a less advanced calendar system. Why would the people in power over our modern world force feed us a system that is intentionally less advanced? Especially when we can see right in front of our faces the calendar systems that ancient man used that were often in some ways more accurate than ours today. So first off, there's something pretty odd that I found among a lot of ancient calendars. A lot of them use a 13-month system, and when you think about this, it actually makes way more sense than our 12-month cycle. 13 months would mean each month has exactly 28 days, 4 weeks on the dot. And there's even a 13th zodiac in our night sky that is rarely talked about. It's known as Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer, right between Sagittarius and Scorpio. The sun passes through this constellation between November 30th and December 18th. Some cultures that used this 13-cycle system were the Celts and the surrounding Germanics and Norse, going as far back as the Bronze Age, the calendar of the Inca in South America, the Ethiopian calendar, which is still used today, the Haida people of the Northwest Pacific, the French Republican calendar from the French Revolutionary period, the traditional Balinese calendar from the indigenous people on Bali has a 13-month and 4-week system. Some Native American groups have used what is known as the Turtle Island lunar calendar, a 13-month system that closely aligns to the lunar cycles.
This is what we were talking about a few minutes ago. All right. I'll put at the screen for text Griff for research material information 678-557-2919. This warrants us to do a deeper kind of look into why did they use the 1260 frequency as opposed to the 1320 to throw us off. What did we know? How in sync and in harmony were we with not only ourselves, the planet, everything natural, and one another, that they had to institute this? All right. It deserves a deeper look, fam. All right.
The traditional Afghan calendar has a 13th month every so often as a kind of leap month. The Igbo calendar from Nigeria uses this 28-day month system, resulting in 13 months. The Berber calendar of North Africa, the Maori calendar in New Zealand, and several ancient Hindu calendars use this 13th month as a leap month as well. Also the Hebrew calendar, the Babylonian calendar, the ancient Chinese calendar, and the Thai lunar calendar. And many other various indigenous groups had a 13th month in their tracking of time as well. So what's going on here? How can all these ancient cultures have had a 13-month calendar? And we even have a 13th zodiac constellation in our sky. And yet we still only use 12 months. How and when did this change?
That's the question. How and when did it change? My question to us is, why did it change? Why did it change? Why are we operating on someone else's time? Someone says, is that the reason why Flavor Flav wore a clock? I don't know, but yeah, no, we got to be in sync with the time. You understand what I'm saying? I think the origin of that was basically we had a thing where we knew what time it was. You understand what I'm saying? Some of y'all right now are feeling it. Some of y'all are saying to yourself, well, damn, you ever wake up some days and you going through the course of your day and you might ask somebody, well, what's today? What's today? Like, damn, okay, I'm losing track of the days. All right. Yeah, they're experimenting on us. Yes, true, but we have to become in sync, all right, with the time, the natural time frequency. All right. Okay.
So we're told our modern calendar originated with the Romans, which was derived from Greek calendars, which incidentally also added a 13th month every so often to keep the months in line with the seasons. Eventually, Julius Caesar reformed this system, creating a 365.25-day calendar, this being the Julian calendar. Unfortunately, this system was slightly off,
and would result in the seasons being off by 1 day every 128 years. Eventually, Pope Gregory XIII in the year 1582 created our modern system, the Gregorian calendar, which was adopted immediately by the Catholic world and eventually by the Protestant world like Britain and America. And now it's the most widely used calendar across the world for its practicality. All this confusion over which calendar was best has led us to this theory of missing time, which basically is the idea that hundreds, possibly even thousands of years have been missed in our modern historical records due to such confusions over calendar systems, some of which may have been less than accurate. The more you look into how time has been recorded, the more you start to question the timeline of our modern narrative. So I think it's always best to question when things happened, and not take anyone's word for it. Do your own research, because a lot of these ancient calendars were extremely precise. For instance, we can pinpoint the life of many Mayan and Aztec rulers to the exact day, because they left us precise records and a calendar that works in perfect cycles with nature. And the reason they had such advanced knowledge was because that was derived from the original ancient Tartarian calendars. The people that inhabited the Americas literally traced their genetic lineage back to the people from Mongolia, northern China, and Siberia that migrated across the Bering Strait 10,000 years ago. And Native American languages literally share words with a language from Siberia known as the Ket, in the exact region where the Tartarians inhabited. This was why Columbus and the early explorers called the natives Indians. They came from India, which was just another word for Asia at the time, and another word for Tartaria. We see this on old maps, where the three words are interchangeable. They all refer to one region, and America was an extension of that because those were the first to travel from the old world to the new, across the Bering Strait by foot, and even after the melting of the ice caps by boat. The Polynesian people literally made it from Taiwan all the way to New Zealand, Hawaii, and Easter Island in a few thousand years by boat. The people of Siberia, Mongolia, and China could have easily traveled along the edge of the eastern coast of Siberia and Japan, up to the chain of islands between Russia and Alaska, during the warmer season. There's actually a tradition that the natives living on the islands in Alaska and Russia used to do that stopped not long ago, where a group of natives from an island in Russia.
All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward it, fam, to a couple of places that I know. 637.
After the Younger Dryas period that nearly destroyed mankind, we find this advanced kind of calendar spring up alongside the invention and spread of agriculture. Agriculture and the tracking of time go hand in hand. Knowing the seasons and changes in climate can be the difference between thriving and being wiped out.
Right.
If you look at any of the Mayan or Aztec writings, it's always about the cycles of Earth, the seasons, and how things affect the growing of things like cacao and corn. I like looking at these cultures because they were one of the best at preserving this Tartarian calendar. But we could also look to the Babylonians, Egyptians, Chinese, Hebrew, Celtic, all these places where agriculture spread after the great disaster of the Younger Dryas. But why did we get rid of it? Well, actually, a lot of places still use versions of these ancient calendars. The Chinese and the Jews, for example, have a type of lunar calendar that add this extra month period occasionally. It is only our modern civilization that has abandoned this way of timekeeping for a standardized and flawed system. A lot can be hidden when the way time is tracked is corrupted. For example, there could be entire cycles and systems that we don't recognize that could greatly affect us. The Mesoamericans tracked all the cycles to such precision that they predicted the downfall of their own civilization. Many of these ancient calendars could predict natural disasters or changes in our environment, in some cases to a higher degree than we can predict today with all our sensors and monitors. And many of these ancient civilizations said at the start of the calendar was a cataclysmic event that affected the entire Earth, almost wiping out human civilization during the last ice age. And they also predicted there will be another at the end of this cycle. But nobody knows when exactly that will be, because we have abandoned this technology. So when
I think, for all intents and purposes, I think this is the halfway mark. And I don't want to run out of time because there's a show that's coming on after mine right here on Black Power Media Reloaded. So what I wanted to do is just kind of go to the chat and see what you guys have to say. Can y'all remember the 8:40 mark that I ended it on, so we can pick back up where we left off? We have to probably do a special show, probably on Friday or something. I don't know what time, but we can kind of make that happen. All right, fam. Hold on one second. Thank you very much for that information, Quan. All right, I'm going to go to the chat. I'm going to take, as I've been doing lately, putting the invite, in the chat. So, because like I always say, I'm not the best knower. All right, some people out there probably know, or just can build, just add on to the conversation. And I think that's what we need to do today, since this subject is not one of those kind of subjects that can even be debated. Because I know a lot of people lay in wait to debate, but we don't need to do that. Just treat this like a cipher. Treat this like a bill. Matter of fact, we should have called this the serious cipher. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to build on to if you have some information that you want to kind of lend us, come on for a brief minute, and give us what you got to give us. And let's talk. I put the link inside of the thank you very much, Quan. I'll put the link inside of the chat, so whoever wants to come on real quick, because we only have a few minutes left. I have to be off at 1, fam. There's a program coming on behind me. All right? Okay. Okay, I see you, RJ, but I don't see you. All right. Guideline UK came on, and just after all we just went over, whoever that is comes on and says, Happy New Year to everyone. When is the new year, Guideline UK? And how is it a new year? I'm just asking a question. I'm not being argumentative. I'm just asking a question. All right. I know Quan's funny, right? Thank you. We're going to celebrate the new year in April 1st. Why you think they came up with this idea of April's Fools? Because they fooled you. You played the April Fool game. Don't play me. Said April Fool. Yeah, that's why they called you an April Fool. Because the 1st is not January 1st. All right. Let's give a round of applause for Miss Sabrina Hawley. Thank you. This is her first time here, Sabrina. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Nice to meet you. John Trey said, the earth springs forward in the spring. It comes back to life. So much so that these people thought God died in the winter because they were sun worshipers. They thought God had literally died. And he came back to life after 3 days. And this is where you get the concept of Jesus dying on the cross. All right. That was really the third part of this show today, is to go into that, to let you know how they've taken that and to lock you down into this algorithmic religious mind fuck. You buy into that madness. It's a natural occurrence that happens. All right. But they tied it into religious and gave you the anthropomorphic image of the white Jesus. All right. Okay. In the meantime, in between time, since people are kind of reluctant about coming on, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play up into probably the 10 to 12 minute mark. If someone comes on, I'll stop it and bring them on. Is that cool? I think that's the way we can do the last few minutes of this. All right, let's go back here. And let's finish playing it.
Did we do this? Other than places that still keep this ancient calendar, the modern world has been standardized to the Gregorian calendar beginning in 1582. Before,
Hold on. We got someone that want to come on. Let me stop sharing. Stop sharing real quick and bring them on. Miss Little John, how are you?
Peace, Griff. Peace and blessings.
Hey.
I'm well. How
How
are
you
you?
feel? I'm maintaining. What's happening? Talk to me.
I feel good. So I'm going to be on here real quick. Peace, Serious Minds family. So that picture of the turtle in the back of the shell, it jogged something in my memory. So I had to Google it real quick to make sure I referenced the right thing. I think it's the flower, the tree of flower, and then the Metatron's cube.
Okay.
And it's interesting that we're dealing with the number 13 because there's 13 circles. So when you look at the back of that turtle shell that you showed, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13
Right.
is the build for the Metatron cube. So I just thought that was really interesting. And also too, you know, the number thing with the number 7 is very interesting because if you go to draw that, as long as you have the 13 circles with 1 point in each circle and 7 rays, you can create the geometrical design. So I just thought that was cool. And side note too, the algorithm mindfuck class was very, very, very good. So I think that you should do a follow-up. It was really good. It was really good. And sometimes we are caught up and we're so pressured under time constraints to talk, peace,
Right.
pray, sleep, live.
Yeah.
And it's not
Right.
it's not regular, it's not natural. We can't fall back into that softer, available feminine essence and be that nourishing, nurturing, available mother. So
Right. Let me ask you something. Just a question. Answer this if you can. If not, when's the last time you just woke up naturally? Your body told you to wake up, as opposed to a clock or having to be somewhere.
listen, it's far and few. It's far and few. And I'm third shift, right? So my circadian rhythm is all the way jacked up.
Oh,
so
wow.
Right now, I might wake up if nature calls, but it'd be a clock. It'd be a clock to be on time. Ain't that something?
Wow. All right. Really appreciate you as always, and thanks for your continued support. All right.
Thank you. You too.
All right. All right. Peace. Peace. What's good, man? Okay, you already know this is Professor Griff, and of course, this is Black Power Media and Serious Minds. What's good?
Peace. Answer your phone, bro. Like, I've been texting you.
Whoa. You said answer my phone?
Yeah, baby.
Only my wife could talk to me like that, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You ain't my goddamn type.
I know. Talking about being on time. Anyway, like, yo, this is an issue that my brother Patar can get on. All right, well, Justice. So, I'm from the Bean. Like, my brother Patar put together a whole calendar that adds on the moon cycles, and we actually have the Uben Sutta that's actually in the summer, and it is explained to us, and I know this to be true because we have the whole sun dying for 3 days has to do with the precession of the sun. Like, the sun sets a certain degree away from each other every day until you get to like where the winter solstice is. And once you get to the winter solstice, it stops for 3 days. Then it reverses direction. That's where the 3 days, sun dying for 3 days, comes from. Because it's like you said, the sun is setting left, like keeps going this way, then it goes this way. But before it starts going back that direction, it sets in the same place for 3 days, then goes back the other direction. That's where the sun, it is like, that is actually where this whole thing of, birth and death and all this other stuff comes from, is because it's like it's an allegorical story. And it's like we keep talking about this stuff over and over again and still letting the Bible tell us stuff. It's like the Bible was a stolen book, plagiarized book. It was taken from a whole bunch of other texts. It wasn't.
Excuse me. This is Serious Minds. I think the people that are on here, we already got that, bro. We there.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't think this is anything new to this audience. You understand what I'm saying? And we don't have those. I don't think we have those kind of issues on here over here at Serious Minds or even Black Power Media. You understand what I'm saying? I think you
Nah,
dialed
there's
the wrong. I think
you
you
had
dialed the
somebody
wrong
say
number.
Happy New Year in the chat though. Like you
Yeah,
got people in here.
that was from across the pond.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're paying attention. That was from the UK. So yeah, we probably got to throw a fishing net over there and reel
But
some
we
of
got
them
our
in.
people over there too. There's a lot of our people in the UK. There's a
Have you
lot
ever
of
been
our
over
people.
there? You been there?
There's a lot of people. Our people. Black people.
Have you been there?
I haven't been there.
Okay, so you don't know what you're dealing with. I've been there 900 times. I know what I'm dealing with over there with our people. They're beautiful, but they've been miseducated like we've been miseducated. So
Yeah,
we got.
definitely.
Matter of fact, the person is on right now. Guideline UK. Check out. They said they was being ironic. I don't know what that means. Maybe some UK slang or something. But
Nah. It was a Paul Smith
just to
dude.
let you know, I really appreciate you calling in. But this is a well-informed audience, bro.
Man, listen.
The
But
family
like,
that come on
there's
here.
a whole different calendar though that has to deal with 10 days. It's a whole different thing. Like I got to get Patah to speak for himself because it's a whole different concept, stuff that like I didn't hear anything about until he brought it out there, and he actually he puts in the lunar calendar on top of that. And the sister breached on the feminine aspect of it too. It's like those need to stop running from that. Like, you know, you really need to understand that, like, the feminine aspect ain't something that's taking away your masculinity at all. Like, let them have their feminine aspect and get that to them. Let them keep that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All right, I really appreciate you, man. All right, man. We'll talk. All right, peace. All right. Gerald, you back on deck? Round of applause for my man Gerald checking black in. All right, Gerald. Is this live? Yes, Johnny, it's live. We only got a few more minutes, Johnny, but this is live. It's live. It's all the way live. Quan, who did that song? It's all the way live. Come on, Quan. Go back into your funk crates. Thumb through the crates. All the way live. All right. All the way live. Anyway. All right, until we wait for the next caller, we only have 5 more minutes, fam. All right, if y'all don't know, now you know. Make sure you get the book. Now you know. By yours truly, Professor Griff. All right. And let me switch this banner up. The last few bottles of the elixirs, the resurrection formula, Serious Minds Brain Tonic. All right. On sale. Go to the bottom of the screen. Go to www.devitribewellness.com. www.devitribewellness.com. Devi is DEVI. Tribewellness.com. And of course, y'all already know the resurrection formula. All right. All right. Okay, so working on a few more different products to put out there in the marketplace. All right. Which should be a beautiful thing. All right. Oh, Lakeside, thank you very much, Dex. Dex beat you to the point, man. Lakeside, man. It's all the way live. All right. Tito, yes. The brain tonic. Yeah. We need the brain tonic. We need to get it right, bro. Woo! The brain tonic, man. We need, yeah. Go to Devi Tribe Wellness, look up the ingredients, look up what's in the brain tonic. Yeah, we need to drop this in the tea. We need to drop that in the smoothie, throw it back, get it right. All right. Shout out to everyone on IG. All right. The membership and the subscription is coming up in probably in a week or so, fam. Gonna need everybody kind of join on to the membership, subscribe to the membership so I can get this information out to everyone. All right. It should not be a separate thing where we have to kind of send an email in, pay a donation, that kind of thing to get the information. You need discounts on classes and a few other things. This is my last caller. Everybody kind of join on. Turn your things down, Angela. Turn the computer down, Angela. Turn the computer down, Angela.
Is that better?
That's a whole lot better.
Sorry about that.
No, sorry. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. First, I want to thank you, Professor Griff. I see you talking.
Nope, we're listening.
Okay. I want to thank you for all of the information that you provide to us. I think a lot of us are, well, I'm going to talk for myself. There was a time when I was not knowledgeable as self as a Black woman. And there have been many of you who have informed me. My question, the caller who was on before was saying something about New Year. I'm still kind of green. So I said, Happy New Year, but I didn't mean to offend anyone. I'm just saying peace and blessings in 2025. So that's the first thing. My question is, I listen to you, who've just been amazing.
Oh, give thanks.
Yeah, I do. I give thanks for the people like you. But my question is, you, Dr. Umar, Michi X, Black Magic, Urban X, all of you provide so much information and it's so similar. Is there a way for you to come together into a forum? Because it seems like you're providing very similar information, but in different boxes. And I think to come together as a group, and I'm trying to look this way, I know I'm looking off, but to come together as a whole, as one people, if we're saying similar things, we don't necessarily have to say everything alike, but for the most part, you're saying everything that pertains to Black people and God, and it's coming from the same thing, from love and peace. And if you guys could get together, maybe we could all come together as one. That would bring us more together, because you're coming from different areas and you're saying it in different ways, but you're saying the same thing. So that's my question.
I got you. Well, my thing is, I think I can answer that, but it's going to take me some time to answer that. So I'm going to have to sign out right now because I can't be on here past 1. But I'm going to hold that question. I'm going to kind of bring it back up in the next broadcast, and we're going to answer that question, the unity of all of us that are here, that are conscious, that are disseminating this information. I got you, sis. All right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, give
Blessings
thanks
to you and your wife and everyone on
give
here.
Thanks. All right, give thanks. Take care. I'm definitely going to answer that question. That was a very good question that she asked, and we definitely need to answer it. All right, fam. I got to get off of here. I promised Kalaji I'd be off at 1. It is now 1 o'clock. I love you all to life. Peace, Quan. Thanks to everybody that supported the platform. Anyone that want the information, please hit your brother, Professor Griff, up, 678-557-2919. Got to go. Peace.